Hey, family, friends, saints, and ain'ts. It's Thursday, 5 p.m., and I like to call this live time with you Radiant Rap because I come on and share. Not that I think I know it all, because I absolutely don't. I'm still learning as I go along, but I do know a few things. I've lived long enough to learn a few things, and I've been in the same study and profession for a while, so um, I think I know a few things. But I'm always trying to do better and get things right. So I by no means know it all, um, as you probably know. Radiant stands for rest, activity awareness, diet, introspection, agua, agua, which is water, note taking, which is our journaling and just writing things down, and training, both of our mind and body. Today is August 1st. We are just boom, 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 going through the year. Some interesting things today, observances. One is National Girlfriend's Day. National Girlfriend's Day. Who knew? So I don't know if it's talking about friends, like you have a friend or that, very special one, but National Girlfriend's Day. It's also, get this, National Respect Your Parents Day. Now, come on. We need a day, some of these days it's like, okay, this should be every day. Should be respecting our parents every day. Shouldn't have to have a day. And who knew there was such a day? But health wise, it is August is Health Immunization Month, National Health Immunization Month. So just being aware of immunizations, and it's Child's Eye Health and Safety Month. Child's Eye Health and Safety Month. And one of my little friends just this week were in prayer for her because she had surgery yesterday. I'm not sure how she's doing, but she had eye surgery yesterday, and she's been having trouble with her vision in one eye. And she's, like a middle schooler, if I think not even middle school yet, but praying for her. It's also National Breastfeeding Month. National Breastfeeding Month. And this week is World Breastfeeding Week. And I thought this was interesting because I follow Plant Based News, which they have a website and their Instagram page and stuff. And I just so happened I saw a little video clip from a Dr. Milton Mills. And Dr. Milton Mills was saying that mammals were never meant to drink the breast milk of other species, so cow's milk per se. Humans should drink human milk, cows should drink cow milk. I thought that was kind of interesting. That's not what we're talking about today at all, but sure, weigh in on it. Let me know what you think. But yes, it is National Breastfeeding Month, and this is World Breastfeeding Week. So if you didn't know, now you know. Well, the heat is on, my friends. It's so hot. I was just talking to my mom, and she's in Jersey, and she was saying how hot it was. And when I talked to her, it was about 9 o'clock this morning, and she is expecting the temperatures to be sweltering hotter there in the Northeast than it is in Florida. Now, I just saw that there's a hurricane that could be coming this way. Tropical storm. We'll just hope that it's a tropical storm, but we're starting to prepare for that possibility here in Florida. August, though, is the hottest, hottest, hottest months of the year. And it's been really hot, even over in Paris. they've been complaining about the heat. It's just a heat wave, heat wave, heat wave. So how my question that I answered in an article that I wrote for a local magazine, The Wow, was about not sabotaging our wellness during this hot time of the year. How do we do that? How do we, make sure that we don't just kind of give up? And like I said, these aren't things when I'm talking to you, like I'm an expert and I do perfectly. No, it's always a work in progress. So there are a few things that I wrote in the article and I wanted to share with you that I think may help you during this hot month. And September is probably going to be hot too. And I know June was as well. So number one, pick 4 or 5 days where movement is non-negotiable, because it is very easy to just get into a funk. And you know what? We should have downtime where we're just resting and taking it easy. But even during that time, we need to keep moving, because if you don't use it, you'll lose it. And it's very easy to get into a funk and not move during the course of the day, especially if you have a sedentary job, which a lot of us do because we're on the computers a lot. So think of 4 or 5 days where it's going to be non-negotiable for you, and think of a time of the day where it's non-negotiable. Some it'll be in the morning. Like for me, it's in the morning. If I'm going to do it, it's best that I get it done early. Find out what those days are. Even if you're doing 30 minutes of exercise a day, if you're a math person, you can take this number, 150 minutes a week. So however you divide 150 minutes a week for moderate activity, for moderate to intense activity, it's even less for really exertive activity. It's like 10 minutes a day, something like that. But if you divide that number by 5 days, that's 30 minutes a day. If you divide it by 7, it's 20 minutes a day. So we're not talking about a lot of time, but it's very important that we keep moving even when it's hot. All right. So maybe you don't want to, just think about going outside. It's sticky. Doesn't bother me, the heat, but it bothers a lot of people. Well, of course, you can always consider water activities, right? If you like water, you can go swimming, indoors, outdoors. Water is very nice, a nice thing to do during the summer. So you can consider that. If you haven't, and I bet you thought about this before, or you knew this, you might have just forgotten, find a mall and walk laps. Now, I know a lot of malls are closing. I was in Jersey just last week, and I went to the Morristown Mall, and the Morristown Mall is no longer a Morristown Mall. So this is South Jersey, not Morristown. Morristown, and I had to go over to Cherry Hill Mall. But anyways, the mall, a lot of times opens early before the stores even open. And the reason they do that is so that you can go in and walk. And typically you've got at least a mile, so you can, walk in the air conditioning, comfort. And I mean, really walk. We need to make sure that we're getting our heart rate up a bit. That'll help your blood pressure, and that'll help the lung capacity as well. And also help you to burn calories. Okay, so move at a nice pace. You can also, number 4, participate in indoor activities, which the mall is one, but I'm talking about specifically activities where you're moving, like pickleball. Sometimes they're indoor. Dance classes are typically indoors. You go to a gym, find some indoor activities that you can do. You'll be in the air conditioning, but finding ways that you are going to keep moving. Come to my classes. You could be in the comfort of your own home. Come online with me and get a good workout. If it fits into your schedule, do that. All right. let's be real. What if you're sitting around in front of the television a lot? Okay. Can you do that while you're on a treadmill? And you watch television while you're on the treadmill? Or even a stationary bike or those pedals? Can you do that? Like just moving your feet, just something. Now, one thing that I like to do a lot of times is just do some push ups, especially now that we're doing the challenge. In fact, I talked to you about the challenge we were doing for July. We're going to continue it for August. We were pretty terrible. At least I was. One of my students, Barbara, oh my gosh, she showed me her chart. She did great. But the challenge was, I'll just remind you again, to jump rope and push up, wall push up, countertop, whatever, knees, whatever. And however many you can do. If you can, get 30, 20, 10. That's what we're working up to. I didn't even get to the 20, let alone 30. But we're going to continue that for the month of August. And then the jump rope, if jumping rope literally is not a good option for you, then you march in place for 5 minutes. You keep a count, 5 minutes, rest in between if you need to. But after that 5 minutes is done on your stopwatch, then you're done for the day. So that's the challenge, okay? We also have a challenge of trying to count the number of fruits and vegetables we're eating during the week. Okay, if you need to know that, if you have questions about it, let me know. Getting back to our list for the heat is on and what should we do? I stopped at being in front of the television and actually doing activities, getting up in between commercials, doing some squats, doing some things to move. Okay, number 6 is I'll spend time in the garden, maybe early in the day or maybe in the evening. Very therapeutic for some people. Some people would hate doing it, but other people like it. And you can get a pretty good stretch and sometimes strength, a lot of kneeling, squatting if you're working in the garden. Also, the last one is to rethink your chores. And you know what? I looked at the article that I wrote, and darn it, it was a typo in there, because in the article it says, rethink how you do your chores. And it says something like, consider how to move less. No, that's not what I meant to say. And then it says something like, consider that it's okay to make multiple trips to the laundry room. So those were two very contradictory statements. What I meant to say, and I didn't catch it, was consider how to move more. And the point is, how what we do typically is we want to take the least amount of steps possible, right? So if, for example, we're coming from the grocery store and we have 4 bags, we're going to do our best to have all 4 of those bags in our hands. I mean, in our keys, in our purse, if you're, your backpack, whatever, you're going to have it all in your hands. So you don't have to come back to the car. You only want to make one trip. Same with your laundry. You just want to get all of it from the laundry room and just make one trip. Right. But Sherelle, here's my point. My point is, be okay with making multiple trips, because start thinking about that and your chores as part of your movement, your regiment every day. Okay. So good to see you, Cheryl. Sherelle, I was just asking your, is it your niece? I forget if you're the aunt or you're the niece. I think you're the aunt and you're younger. I think that's how it goes. Yes, I was just asking Lady Sonia about you. But anyways, yes, that's the last one. So you got them all? Do you have any questions? Can we do this? I know the heat is on. I know it's hot, but you said what? That's okay. Very good. There you go. So number one, pick 4 or 5 days that are non-negotiable, that you're absolutely going to do 20, 30 minutes of movement, exercise, walking, something. I really want to promote lifting weights too, but I'm going to leave that conversation for another day, especially for those of us who are aging. Well, anyone over 30, really, because you start to lose muscle mass. Number 2, find a mall. You can do that and walk laps in the mall. Number 3, find some indoor activities to do, like dance classes, pickleball, stuff like that. Number 4, if you're watching, I forgot actually one, which was the water activities. That was 2. Then the mall, then the indoor activities. Then if you are watching television and you're in the house, to between commercials, do some stuff. Having problems getting back on track with multiple careers because you do real estate, hospitality, production, and sometimes in the span of the day, it's just really hard. So I'm one of those people. I've gained weight back, but I walk every day. And I was in a fitness program, so I need help. Well, we can help you. Hang out with us because that's what we do. Most of the people that I hang around, most of the people that watch or come are busy. Even if they're retired, there's some busy retired folks that support me, and so that's why I do this, to try to give back. So maybe, Cheryl, in your day to day, some of your activity can be to intentionally move more. And also, your diet is probably going to impact that as well. And some of it is, as we're aging and our metabolism lowers, it gets more difficult. So we have to, you don't have a lot of time because you're really busy. Like you said, you have multiple careers. So it's important for you to be very strategic. One of the talks that I'm going to have this week is this month is about sleep too. And that's another thing. Another topic, but something that you probably struggle with because you are so busy. And if you're not getting enough rest, it's really hard for your body to release weight because that's part of the recovery process. That's part of your fitness program, but that's a conversation for another day. So yeah, we're here I'm here to help and support you in any way that I can. And I'm encouraging you to, best you can, just keep moving. Especially when like you're doing some of that real estate, maybe you can walk those houses or stand up while you're doing some of the deals on the phone, walking around as much as possible. All right. Hey, Miss Regina, how are you? Listen, my friends, you have greatness inside of you. I believe in you. That's why I do this. We are all in this together. I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything. I'm in the trenches just like you. And as I try and figure things out, I try to share with you, and then you can share with me too. Regina was outside because she was doing yard work. So little does she know, that's what we were talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? So getting some activity in. Love you. You have greatness inside of you. Love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Bye for now.